the Brat. That small pickup was an absolute monster back in the day, with tiny dimensions but an excellent all-wheel drive system and impressive overall performance. Now, it's turning back, and seems like it will be better than ever. Why is that? Let's check it out. Subaru's design approach is always a win. Just like any other Subaru around, the revived Brat will closely stick to the most important postulates of the company's design philosophy. That's what makes this car maker so special and so beloved among brand lovers. It may be an economy brand, but it offers engineering, and that's something we can only applaud to. In practice, this means a couple of features that instantly put the new Brat above the competition. Just like the company's iconic symmetric all-wheel drive as an example. While the competition relies on a setup that's essentially a combination of a transversely mounted engine and front-wheel drive, the new Brat will, like any other Subaru, come with a longitudinally mounted boxer engine, which allows implementation of the company's famous drivetrain. While the competitors can be equipped with a mediocre all-wheel drive system, the new Brat will come with a setup that's easily one of the best in the world. Equal half axles, perfect weight distribution, and constant power delivery are things that make this system so special, while the advanced electronics take it to the next level, whether it's about off-road potential or just pure traction on slippery surfaces. This pickup will have no match in the segment. It won't even be close, but that's just the beginning. The second part of this flawless engineering recipe is the engine. Everyone knows that Subaru still insists on the boxer engine, something referred to as outdated, with certain design and performance flaws. The boxer engine may have a few weak points, but when it comes to pure performance, no modern inline-4 engines can make up for the benefit of the boxer engine's placement, because these engines are placed extremely low and are pushed back, way behind the front axle. In practice, this means not just excellent mass distribution, but also a very low center of gravity, which minimizes body roll, which is critical for vehicles with high ground clearance. While rivals have to stiffen the suspension to achieve decent handling characteristics, the Brat will be completely the opposite. It will feature a soft suspension setup, while the low center of gravity will prevent body leans. In other words, we expect Brat to be more comfortable and more engaging to drive than its competitors. What will Subaru Brat look like? Now that we have established that Subaru's pickup is going to feature superior driving characteristics, let's discuss a little bit about the exterior design. Of course, the officials are still keeping details a secret, so we must refer to digital renderings that circulate on the network. If you look at them, they all show a modern design with aesthetical elements borrowed from other contemporary Subaru models. One of the renderings, by the popular Digimod's design studio, clearly show a huge influence from the new WRX, with the same headlights and taillights. Still, if we consider that the new pickup will most likely share the majority of its parts with crossovers like the Crosstrek, we presume it may borrow some visual parts from that model as well. In any case, as the new pickup is expected to share parts with the subcompact crossover, this means we may expect smaller dimensions compared to Maverick and Hyundai Santa Cruz. The two models are rather based on compact crossover and both feature around 120 inches of the wheelbase. Subaru will most likely go for a little bit more modest dimensions, for something that would make this pickup easier to maneuver in tight places, which is always a big trouble with pickups, even when they're classified as compact. The exact numbers are still a mystery, but we presume that Brat could feature something like a 110-inch wheelbase and around 185 inches in total length. What about the interior? As for the interior design, the first thing to talk about is its overall layout. If you remember the original Brat, which was introduced back in 1979, it was a small coupe ute, with a single cab layout and those famous jump seats in the cargo bed. Well, we won't be seeing these anymore due to modern safety standards, so the thing that comes to mind is that the new Subaru Brat is going to come in a double cab layout. A single cab version is also possible, as a kind of commercial vehicle, but for now, let's stick to the passenger version, which will come with 4 full-size doors, just like the competition. Due to the exterior dimensions, the cabin probably won't be as spacious as in the case of Maverick and Santa Cruz, but we don't expect it to be tight either. Simply, we expect to see a cab that's spacious enough to accommodate 4 adults with ease or 3 kids in the back. That seems good enough to take the role of a family hauler, while the open cargo bed will be there to add an extra dose of versatility. Once again, because of the expected dimensions, it probably won't be particularly long. The aforementioned bigger rivals, Maverick and Santa Cruz, feature 4.5 and 4.3 foot cargo beds. So we presume that the Brat will have to come down to just 4 feet or something like that. What do you think about compact pickups and their modest bed lengths? Is that enough in your book, or would you rather stick with the mid-size and full-size trucks? Share your opinion with us in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. Still, Subaru may have a solution to compensate for the shorter cargo bed. If you remember the last time the Japanese automaker made a pickup, which was the Outback-based Baja, there was a pretty interesting technical solution, a kind of midgate that opens inwards, while the back seats fold flat. There was also a bed extender, so that pickup was able to double the bed length pretty easily and accommodate much bigger objects. It would be logical to see the same or even improved solution nowadays. Besides comfort and practicality, the all-new Subaru Brat will also have a lot to offer in terms of convenience. Days of super cheap looking interiors are way behind this Japanese automaker, and contemporary models actually look pretty luxurious, with nice materials and plenty of tech and safety features. Speaking of tech features, higher trim levels should come with that large 11.6-inch infotainment screen, while even the most basic trim level should come equipped with a long list of standard safety features, as a part of Subaru's well-known EyeSight suite of advanced drive assist systems. Powertrain options. Considering that the new pickup will most likely be based on the Crosstrek, we see no reason why it wouldn't feature the same engines as well. The small crossover is available with 3 powertrain options, starting from a 2.0-liter flat 4 with around 150 horsepower. For those looking for something slightly more capable, the 2.5-liter flat 4 puts out around 180 horsepower and 180 pound-feet of torque. The third powertrain option, which may not seem all that likely for the new pickup, is a plug-in hybrid. That one puts out around 148 horsepower, but it also brings the benefits of the EV mode. Besides these familiar powertrain options, Subaru may also offer a new one. That's a 1.8-liter turbocharged flat 4, which is available in certain Subaru models sold outside North America. That engine would be a great addition to the lineup, considering that it puts out around 175 horsepower and quite respectable 221 pound-feet of torque. As for the transmission, CVT could easily be the sole option, but we won't exclude the possibility of seeing a version with a manual gearbox as well. Off-road performance. We already talked about superior handling and other benefits that come with Subaru's design approach, but besides great road manners, this pickup is expected to offer a decent off-road performance as well. Of course, the core of this off-road potential will be that excellent all-wheel drive system, but let's not neglect the fact that most Subaru models usually feature higher ground clearance compared to their classmates. The Crosstrek, for example, features 8.7 inches of ground clearance in the most basic variant, so we expect at least the same number for the Brat. In other words, all variants of the new pickup will be off-road capable, but some will be even more than that. Yes, we are thinking of the Wilderness trim, which would bring all kinds of off-road upgrades. First of all, there is an upgraded suspension, with an increased ground clearance to 9.3 inches or more. Then, this version would come with all-terrain tires, black cladding, underbody protection, and other features that typically come with the Wilderness badged models, which should be enough to make the Brat the best off-roader in the segment. Release date and price. While the officials are still pretty successful in keeping details about the Brat secret, unofficial reports suggest that the new pickup could arrive by the end of this year. They even suggest that the base models would cost $23,000. We won't offer such precise estimations, but we're pretty sure that Subaru management will be aiming for one of the lowest starting prices in the segment, which would be under $25,000. What do you think of the 2024 Subaru Brat? Is this the new king of the class? Can a model like this obliterate the Ford Maverick? Let us know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you next time.